Now, a Filipino-American author is bringing the Filipino brand of kilig to the world. Ana Gomez, who also goes by the pen name Christine Brae, has captured the hearts of readers around the world with her unique storytelling and the take on love. Now, let's get to know more about how this multi-awarded author and a leading female figure in global advertising did it all. Ana is joining us right now all the way from Indiana in the U.S. Good morning to you, Ana. How are you?
Hi, Christine. Thanks for having me.
Well, you know, Ana, let's introduce yourself to people that are not yet familiar with you. Let's take a trip down memory lane and you know, figure out how all this started for you. For someone that is so used to planning things out in her life, a lot of things happened that were quite unexpected, okay? So you were born and raised here in the Philippines. You finished your studies here. You graduated, where you went to Assumption, and then you went to La Salle, and then you managed 2 restaurants, and then in 1995, is that correct? You decided to move to the States. You're a certified public accountant, I mean, a lot going on, chief financial officer of several ad agency, and now, oh, you are such an amazing writer, author. I mean, how did this all happen?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. Everything was really unexpected. I had a career that was going well as a CPA in Chicago, and I decided to write my first book when my mom passed away in 2010, and the rest is history. I self-published my first book, and I've had 7 books after that. So
7
you
books?
never really plan these things. Yeah.
But I mean, okay, so what prompted you though? You said that you were going through a lot in your life, and you know, and writing has always been some sort of therapy for you, but growing up, it was never something that you said, oh, I really want to be a writer maybe one day. Was that ever in the picture at all?
No, it really wasn't. I really just had so much emotion about losing my mom at such an early age. And I really just wanted to write. And, you know, I'm here in the States. Nobody knows how the Filipino culture is, or at least they don't know. They never took time to even, you know, learn it or find out. And so I wanted to incorporate the Filipino culture, my growing up in the Philippines with what happened and everything else. And at that time, I think the indie romance genre was just booming. So I decided to write my first romance novel. I self-published it, and then just kept publishing after that.
Tell me a little bit about Pinoy Kilig. I mean, what is it and how different is it from other romance? I mean, love is love. I mean, but how did you tackle romance?
I really, it's more of a woman's fiction that I write about. I've written books when I was going through a midlife crisis. I've written it when I first started working. I've written them from experiences of traveling. So it's more that, and then obviously there's always a romance factor because everybody loves romance, and I'm a hopeless romantic. But it's more a woman's journey because there's a lot of things that go into a story about a person's growth or transformation or relationships, you know, more than just romance. So
And also about the journey. Go ahead.
No, I said I hope that makes sense.
Yes, no, it does. But I mean, a lot of evolution might have happened when you first started your first book, which is The Light in Your Wound. You started that, and you wanted to walk away. You said, okay, I'm just going to put this out there. This is my therapy. This is what I need to do, and I'm done. And you did it all under a pen name of Christine Brae. But that didn't happen, though. You decided, well, maybe not. Let's continue this journey on.
Yeah, no, it was actually somebody had picked it up and set up a Facebook page for me, and that's really how it started. There were a lot of women who, you know, just really identified with the story, and they built a fan page, and they said, you know, that story is not over. You need to continue it. And so I actually did it for the fan base. I did the second book, and then I just couldn't stop writing. It was just something that became second nature to me.
So how many books did you write under your pen name? 6 or
I think
5?
no. Let's see. I don't even remember. Four under my pen name.
All right. Okay, let's see. Now, Each one of those books, sorry, each one of those books had a certain theme. So the first one was to help you get over your mom. And then the second one kind of closed that story out. And then what happened to the third, fourth, and fifth, and all the other books that happened along the way?
The third was a midlife crisis.
Okay.
The fourth was a part of my life where I just felt really hopeless. Not because of anything. Just it comes a point in a woman's life where you're like questioning, like, where am I? It was right after I turned 50. What have I done? And then the other book started, I became more comfortable in my career, and as a spokesperson for diversity, I became more comfortable with who I was. And then the leadership role kind of took over, and I wanted to write about those things. So I thought, I should have a voice, and I started using that as my platform, which is why I switched to my real name, because I felt comfortable enough to come out and say, I'm writing this in support of my culture, in support of my life, in support of everything that I've gone through.
Okay, so you switched with which book? Did you switch with your collaboration with Christopher? Was that when you decided to okay, let's take on my new real name?
Yeah. No, actually, that was funny. I was going to take a break because I was going to focus on my career, because at that time, my career was just blowing up at the same time. And my agent actually said, hey, Hallmark is looking for material. Why don't you write this really simple, really easy book? It's formulaic. It's got a start. It's got an end. It's got characters that kind of do the same thing. The storyline is the same. And then just by the grace of God, I was able to meet Christopher through a friend, and we hit it off really well. So we agreed to write the books together.
So now is it option for a movie? Is that really happening?
Yeah, the strike just keeps moving on. The strike really stopped everything. And I hear now there's a backlog of things in the pipeline. But yes, that's still continuing. We're still working on that.
Okay, so this book that you wrote with Christopher is like a Kona series a book, right? And it's like a 5-series book. Aside from that, but you also did a book on your own, My Goodbye Girl. And, this is like totally on your own. How different would you say would My Goodbye Girl be from the first few books that you've come out with?
It's the first one where it's officially Ana Gomez. So it's a little less, how do I say, like maybe less sexy. It's got a bigger message. It's about the life that I lived, like traveling and meeting people and building relationships all over the world. But it still has the same lessons and messages, the brevity of life, and just how women, us women, how we transform and evolve over the years.
Well, for those that are interested in getting that book, I mean, it is the fall winner. My Goodbye Girl is a fall winner in 2023. Is that right?
Yes, it won last year. Yeah.
Well, congratulations to you. I mean, so all of these, as I said earlier, you're somebody that likes to plan your life. I mean, you're so set with the numbers and everything. It has to have its, start and end. And then all of a sudden, these things keep popping up in between and pushing you left and right. But, making you also grow as a person and discover another side of yourself that you probably never thought you realized. How do you balance it off? I mean, where are you headed now in 2024? You have this flourishing global corporate career, hero of, you were awarded a hero for all that you do for women in the global arena, and then you come up with this wonderful story of your life, of sharing the Filipino culture all around the world. Where are we going, left or right? I mean, how are we going to balance this off in 2024?
I'm actually thinking of toning down a little bit, but I think a lot of it is, somebody in my early career told me, if you really love something, you'll find a way to do it. And I think that's how I've been living my life for the past few years. I've just really been prioritizing things that are important to me, in my job most especially. And then things just fall into place. And I have a really big planner. So I write everything down and make sure that I have a schedule, because there's only 24 hours in a day. So that's the downside.
So which side are you going to taper off a little bit? The global side or the writing side? Because you still have a few more books coming out in the series and the movie. You have to write the screenplay. Well, we hope to have you back here in the Philippines.
I think I'm very lucky. I have a publisher that does all that for me and that helps me out in that sense because they know my priorities, my job. I'd really, really like to slow down in the sense that probably just take more time for myself this year, just to be with the family, be with the kids. My son just got engaged, and so I want to enjoy that this year. So.
Mommy duty calls. Well, thank you so much. We hope to have you back in the Philippines. You're back here in 2015, but we hope to have you back here again for more book signing and to be able to chat with you here on set more about your books and about your life and what else we can expect from Ana Gomez. Thank you so much for being with us here on CNN Philippines. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.